So yeah, um, it's 2025. It is January, and I told myself that I was gonna post at least one YouTube video a month this year, and so now I have to do it. And something that I am trying to be intentional about is doing what I said I was gonna do, coming through for myself, because sometimes I'm in positions and it's like, dang, like that person said that they were going to do this, or that person promised to do this, or I thought this person would still be here and they're not. Sometimes feel like people aren't coming through for me, or they're not coming through for me the way that I thought they would. But honestly, over time I can get over that. Like, I can get over disappointment from external sources, but I can't get over not showing up for myself. I can't get over not doing what I said I was going to do. I can't get over not being there for me. I can't get over not being my biggest fan. I can't get over not being in my corner and on my side. Like, I can't get over not being a team player for myself. And I feel like a lot of people have this issue where it's like you have expectations of these people, of all these external people. Even maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your siblings, maybe it's friends that you have for a long time, maybe it's a partner, and then it's like they disappoint you, or they don't come through for you, or sometimes you're going through a hard time and it's like it don't matter who you talk to, you just feel so alone, like nobody's coming through, it's not making sense. And you get upset because it's like, damn, like I deserve more, like I deserve to have somebody be there for me, and you 110% do. I'm not denying that, but you have to come through for yourself. I feel like, and this is something I had to realize in myself, I want and expect people to come through for me in a way that I was never coming through for myself. I expected a man to show up for me in a way that I had never showed up for myself. And unfortunately, like, growing up, there weren't a lot of people that I personally feel like showed up for me the way I needed them to show up for me. But I'm not a kid anymore. Like, I'm an adult. Maybe there are some things that I wanted or needed from my parents and they didn't come through for me. They didn't show up for me. They didn't show me how to show up for myself. And that sucks and it does hurt. But I don't have to sit in that. I'm not a little kid anymore. I'm not sitting at the doorstep waiting for them. I'm an adult now. I can take full responsibility for myself and my life and decide, you know what? Sharina deserves a team player. Sharina deserves a champion. Sharina deserves a hero. Sharina deserves somebody who loves her unconditionally. And I genuinely don't feel like that is coming from any external source. So let's go ahead and get that from an internal source. Let's go ahead and get that from within myself. And once I decided that I am going to love myself unconditionally, that's when I started showing up for myself. And showing up for myself is getting easier and easier every single day. And this isn't just something I was like, okay, January 1st, I'm gonna show up for myself. This is something I started implementing last year. But January, I'm going through so many changes. Like, I moved states. I'm a college student. I transferred schools. Like, I am meeting all these new people. I'm trying to join these new clubs and organizations and volunteer and get this new job. Like, I'm adjusting to the weather, baby. Like, I'm from Florida. So that's that. Back to the topic at hand. What was I saying? Oh yeah, showing up for yourself. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, be there for yourself, show up for yourself, rely on yourself, trust yourself. That's another thing that I have been very intentional about doing, is trusting my gut. Women's intuition is no joke. You know what you're talking about. You know exactly what you're talking about. You know exactly what you found. You know exactly how being around a certain person make you feel. You know exactly when you were having certain conversations with somebody and certain words or phrases that they said stuck out to you. You know exactly how you felt when you walked into that job for an interview and the manager was making you uncomfortable, and not in a predatory way, but just uncomfortable, like, this don't feel right. Something ain't right. Something ain't adding up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, women's intuition is no joke. Trust your gut. Sometimes you just have to like take a leap of faith. Sometimes you have to take a risk, but take a risk on yourself. Like you have to build that trust in yourself. And again, a way to build trust in yourself is showing up for yourself, keeping your word. It's like, oh my gosh, y'all be like, I hate liars. I hate when a man don't keep his word. I hate when somebody don't do what they say they was gonna do. You've been saying that you're gonna go to the gym for the past 3 years. This your third new year going to the gym on January 1st. It's January 31st. You ain't been in that gym since January 12th. Okay, like you cannot you cannot like be mad at all these external sources and you know, oh, I wish I could just trust somebody. I don't have nobody in my life I could trust. I bet you don't. When you look in the mirror, you can't even trust yourself. You can't trust that you're gonna wake up on time. You can't trust that you're gonna apply to the job that you said you're gonna do. You can't trust that you're gonna go to the gym like you said you were gonna do. You can't trust that you're gonna be there for yourself. You can't, you know, look in the mirror and trust the eyes that you're looking into. But you worried about being able to trust somebody else. It starts here. And it's not saying, again, it's not saying that you don't deserve to have people be truthful to you and show up for you and be there for you and support you. You 100% do. Everybody does. But if you can't see that externally right now, focus on internally. Focus on you. You have to build that trust in yourself. And that's something that I've been very intentional about doing. Like, sometimes it's like, everybody else wants this direction right over here and I want here, and it's just like, it's like, dang, I'm already kind of like a confrontational and assertive person, so it's like, dang, if I feel like, it's like I don't want to be too difficult, you know, so I just kind of go along on this side, and then I go along with what everybody does, and I'm not happy. And you know what's so funny about that? Not only am I not happy, a lot of the times other people, they'll be like, dang, Sharina, we should have did what you said, or dang, I should have listened to you, or you know what I'm saying? And then I'd be mad because it's like, I said, but I didn't do it. I knew how I felt about something. I knew how being around certain people made me feel, or being in a certain building made me feel, or being in a certain city or certain state. I knew how it made me feel. I knew I felt uneasy. I knew I felt off. I knew that I didn't like it, but I went along with it anyway. I didn't trust myself. And I faced the consequence. Every time I do not trust my gut instinct and my intuition, I face the consequences every time. And you know what's so funny about that? The consequences don't even be like months later. It'd be like 3 days later. And I'd be like, damn. And it's just like, it's like I can't be mad at nobody but myself, because it's like I knew better. Or it's like, you know how it's like, it's a man. Like it's always, it's like, it's like you reject him. But then he just kind of keep coming back, or you're like, your friend's like, but he's nice. You know, he's nice. Like he's cool. And, you know, he's cute. Like, why not give him a chance? You don't have nothing to lose. It's like, fine. And then you give him a chance. After you done had to pep talk yourself into going on a date with this man and convince yourself to go on with this man, and then you give him a chance and it ended up being a freaking waste of time. Not only do it be a waste of time, you end up like mad. You be like, he end up hurting you or disrespecting you of some sort. And it's just like, damn. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself. So you got to trust your gut, okay? All 2025, that women's intuition ain't no joke. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. Trust your spirit. Use discernment, okay? Be careful. Stranger danger. Like, everybody is not your friend. Every man that you meet is not going to be your husband. Like, and that is okay. Use discernment. Be careful. Like, I feel like we attach ourselves to certain things so quickly. And I used to be like that. And it's something that I'm still working on. Like, not attaching myself to things so quickly. Not attaching myself to certain personnel so quickly. Not taking certain things super personal. Because you do that and you will always feel all over the place. You will always feel ungrounded. It'll always feel like something is happening to you, or something's always going on in your life. You can't catch your breath. And the reality is, certain things might not even be happening to you. Certain things are happening, but they might not even be happening to you. But you're taking things personally, or you've attached yourself and put yourselves in positions for these other people. And now you're facing the consequences, or now you're unhappy, or now you're sad. Now you're crying. Now you in distress. Now you depressed. And it actually really didn't even have nothing to do with you. And It's not to say like you can't give your support to the people that you care about. You can, but you have to learn when not to take certain things personally. You have to learn not to take things too personally in general. And that's something I have been trying to do. Like, I used to always be like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? But I had to realize at one point, like, it's not happening to me. It's just happening. And sometimes it negatively impacts me. Sometimes it positively impacts me. But like things are just happening. And I just kind of have to roll with it because life goes on. Like it doesn't matter how upset I am or how inconvenient something is for me. If it happens, I simply have to deal with it and move on because life goes on. It doesn't stop for anybody. So yeah, like just roll with it. Roll with it. Do the best that you can. And again, like I was saying, be there for yourself. I have this problem with like perfectionism and I'm working on it, but I meet so many other people, especially like young black women, and it's like we're waiting for the perfect time. And you probably heard this before, but I'm gonna say it to you again. The perfect time does not exist. Okay. First I was waiting until I moved states. Then I was waiting until I got my room assignment. Now it's like I think things keep getting pushed back for me to do what I said I was gonna do. You know, you're waiting on this right time and this right opportunity, and you're waiting on a sign and a signal from the universe, and it's not coming, and it's really not gonna come. You just have to do it. Okay. The idea the idea was the sign. The want and the crave and the desire for it, that's the sign right there. You don't need any other external factors or sources, you know, to give you a sign or to confirm what you already feel in your gut and what you already know in your heart that you want to do. Like, you don't. Nothing will ever be perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Perfection literally does not exist, and that is okay. We are human beings. We're not meant to be perfect. I don't think nobody is put on this earth perfect. We're here to learn. You know, we're here to learn. We're here to interact and connect with one another. So give yourself a chance to do that. And sometimes you might make mistakes. Sometimes you might connect with people who aren't necessarily the best for you or don't bring the best out of you, but there can still be a lesson in that, and you collect tools along the way to better equip yourself so that as you continue to move forward into the future, you know how to now handle yourself because of that past lesson that you went through. You know, like it's literally okay. You failed the test, it's okay. You were late, it's okay. You missed the deadline, it's okay. You missed that important phone call, it's okay. You didn't get that job, it's okay. You got rejected. Whatever it was you were wanting or hoping for, you got rejected. It's okay. It's not something you have to take super, super personally, and you don't need to crucify yourself for that either. Like, you don't deserve that. You know, be mindful of the way that you talk to yourself. You don't deserve to be talked to, you know, any kind of way by anybody, and especially not yourself. Give yourself grace, give yourself patience, give yourself time. I saw something on Instagram, and it's just like, you know what? This is my first time living life. And it's like, it's true. This is literally your first time living life. It don't matter if you're 15, it don't matter if you're 53. It's your first time. And one thing that I'm learning about life is that there's always going to be something new. Like, you'll never know everything. You'll never be an expert. Even if you think you are, there's always going to be some new information that kind of changes your perspective or, you know, makes you think. And like, that's okay. Like, you don't have to have it all together to do what it is that you want to do or pursue what it is that what you want to pursue, because it'll never be all together. There it's always going to feel like there's something that you can be improving in, and maybe there is, but don't sit there and like constantly set these milestones for yourself and then it keeps going up and up and up and up and up, and it's like you never reach it, and then it kind of makes you feel like you're not good enough, you know. And that's not true. You are good enough. You're more than enough. You're more than capable. And that's something that I have to remember. And I feel like I meet so many other young women and we having this same conversation, you know. And I'm like, girl, you done did this, you done did that, you done did this, you done did that. Like, allow yourself to be proud of yourself. And that's a message to myself too. Like, allow yourself to be proud of yourself. You're literally doing the best that you can with what you have. And even if it doesn't feel like it all the time, it is enough. You are enough. You are a good person who deserves good things. And even if it doesn't always feel that way, that is the truth. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say for today. I plan to post this video tonight, and I'll see y'all next month for sure. Because I already said I was going to do it. So, I'll see y'all soon.